Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? We're here at the Philly Regional with our boy Justin Rios, who played the regional yesterday, got 5th place. What's going on, Justin?
What's going on, man?
All right, bro. So you played a deck that not a ton of people believe in, but I know you're strong on this deck. So you play Gamma. So I don't know, real quick, why Gamma?
It's a new deck. I think a lot of the Android support is really good. I'm really attracted on the backside and front side of the leader. Like having an alternate Awaken on the front is always good. And it's kind of like the old SS3 vibe of the having 3 untapped at the end of turn. So I was really attracted to it. And blue hasn't had a really strong deck, I feel, in a while. So chose to mess with the game deck.
Sweet. All right, let's check it out.
All right, so the leader, 3 of this. It helps essentially search for a 2-cost Unison or Red Ribbon Army 3 or less. This is the same. This is just activate main discard. Instead of Red Ribbon Army 3 or less, it's Red Ribbon Army 5 or less, so you can get the multicolor Android and also searches for the Unison. I played 4 of the Floodgate Negate. It's essentially being referenced, known as like the blue topo. Really good synergy with the deck. It's an Android, can be searched. It's Floodgate. So for the Android 17-18s, I played a 4-3 split. I think this is the much better Android of the two, and they're both essential to having Android cards to be able to search with the top 5 searchers, and they're really good 1 energy plays.
Yeah, 17 is really relevant. Like a Trunks Vegeta matchup, for example, like you play that, it baits out their Trunks blocker.
And the Trunks.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Played 4 of the 18 counterplay.
This card's crazy.
Yeah, it's an Android, so it doesn't contradict with the leader's backside, and it's very relevant in the format right now. For the multicolors, I played 4 of the super combo and 4 of the 17-18. This card's fantastic. It's great as energy exhaust, and you want to play it as much as possible as well. And then I played 4 of the super combo. It's able to be searched through the top 5 searches, which is really big. I think Bionic Blitz is better, but I think it's important to play the searchers, so you want to have as many Red Ribbon Army cards.
Yeah, this deck is very archetype based. You guys probably noticing that right now. It's very archetype based.
And then for Cell, this card does everything. Has double strike essentially for the turn is played, deflect, dual attack, removes the board. If they counter it once per turn, they have the bottom deck of cards, so it does everything.
You know what's crazy is like this is one deck where I feel like you can always go for your boss monster. Because some decks, you can't tap 4 for a boss, but this deck you can tap 4, get 3 back, and then do your defensive stuff.
Right.
It's kind of wild.
For the other battle cards in the deck, I played 2 of the Android 16 Arrival. It's an Android, so that helps. It's not Red Ribbon Army, but it being an Android is big because of the 17 and 18. When you play them, you look at top 5, you put an Android in your energy, and it's really good with the super combo. Helps set up Arrival and the energy you need to Arrival it. Turning the Tide is for the slower grindier decks, and then Baby Hatch is
Baby Hatch.
Yeah, it's a great super rare.
What's funny about Tide is that you can charge it and then just pick it up when you're ready to use it.
Yep.
Like you can telegraph it, but I mean, people should expect it. But you think 10 blue greens is enough?
Yeah, I think it's more than enough. I think the blue-green 17-18 is very good, but at the same time, I don't think it's like you can't really rely on it because you actually want to be playing it as well. So I decided to play it a little bit more.
Cool.
For the Unisons, I played 4 of this. This Unison is, at first, I thought was a little underwhelming.
A lot of people just automatically thought hit Unison, right?
Yeah. I was also someone who thought maybe hit Unison was just better, but the more I messed with the deck, the more I realized that the Unison is it's better at almost all points of the game than hit, and it's searchable with the other Red Ribbon Army Androids, and it's really important to have your Unison on 2 and 3.
Yeah, the Unison is like deceptively tanky. Like every time it's getting the free combo and the marker. Yeah, it's really good value. It's value you don't see at first, but it's very good value.
Right. And then other Unisons, I played 3 Boo Unison. I think the card is great, so I decided to play it at 3. And then for the extra cards, 3 of the Beerus extra card. It's great with the untapped 3. It's essentially a pseudo super combo. and it has also upside of if it's your opponent's turn.
Remove
it can bottom deck a two or less.
Oh yeah, during your opponent's turn, yeah. And then your turn, remove a problem card.
Right. So 3 of those, and then 2 of those I played 2 Bean.
So this is definitely gonna be surprising. Why only 2 Bean?
So the reason I played Bean was you're pretty good naturally defensively with the untap super combo and the floodgate and the other extra cards that I play, and you untap a lot, so you don't really need Bean as much.
Excessive.
Right. I could maybe up it, but I felt like 2 was just fine. I sided more, so. 2 chilled army reinforcements. In this deck, you can just tap 2 for it. Like, it's pretty crazy. That's worst case scenario. So.
Do you ever feel like you have a problem being stuck at 6, or you want to be at 6?
Being at 6 is fine. I think the deck operates completely fine. Doesn't affect your super combos. It doesn't affect like the game really. So.
Nice.
And then 2 dirty bursts was just more of a metal call for U7 and GT.
For sure.
So.
All right, check out the sideboard.
And then for the side, I played 4, draw 2 apes.
Okay, so this one I'm definitely curious about because like it's awkward to play off-color cards in this deck, right? So like, yeah, explain the rationale on it.
So the rationale behind it, you don't want to be playing off-color cards because you don't want to hit them with your leader, even though the 17, 18 top 5s. There's other cards that you play from your energy like Cell and the Unison and the multicolor android. So you really want to like stay away from playing off-color. But this card is just really important in the green matchups, like more specifically Cooler. And it's just like, cause your turn 3 is usually you want to be playing the multicolor 17, 18, but against the green decks, they just freeze a charismatic, so you don't really get as much value out of it.
Right.
And this helps against their hand, like their hand discard, and you doing something on 3.
For sure.
So. I played 2 of the Android 15s. This is good against the floodgates. It's searchable with the Red Ribbon Army cards, so that's also really good. 2 Never Ending. This was just for, again, grindier matchups. I wouldn't bring it in against the green decks because this also gets Freeze a Charismatic. It is a draw 2, but I don't think it's worth the investment.
Gotcha.
This is also for counterplays, or for floodgates.
Yeah, because you can't use it during your opponent's turn.
It contradicts with the deck because on the backside, if you use the effect to lift energy and draw a card, you can't use non-androids with 7 or less.
But you do offensively.
Right, but you can do this offensively. Same as the baby. This is good at removing cards with barrier. Barrier is very good against Gamma. It doesn't have any barrier removal, so being able to do that, and then a counter is pretty cool. So
pretty broken.
Yeah. Second Turning the Tide for the grindy matchups, and then I played a 3rd Bean for basically red, a 3rd Dirty Burst as well, and then Absolute Confidence was for Cooler and the new yellow Unison deck.
Okay, dope. Trying to catch those Unisons off.
Yeah.
Dope. All right, Justin, that's the main deck. Any shout outs you want to throw out there?
I do. Huge shout out to Crossworld TCG, Joey as well. Just, I can't be more happy right now with how they take care of us and the team. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that came through at the event, and I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that wasn't able to make it. So everyone on the team gets a shout out. I want to give a huge shout out to Pro Play Games. I say this all the time, not because that's my local or anything, but they really do a good job at hosting and running their events, and 100%. I try to go to them as much as possible.
100%.
And also I want to give a huge shout out to Eden, right here, Mystic
TCG, best store, baby.
And Deck Planet. Those are also our sponsors, not just Crossworld TCG. So
awesome, man. Thanks. See you next time.
All right.